So talk about some of the places where you were missioned and kind of the ones that stand out the best in your memory.
Okay, well, of course, you probably already know that the best mission was Fort Knox. I was there almost 20 years, just a few more months, I've been 20 years. But it was the hardest. I know that sounds like a dichotomy. They were the best years of my life, but the hardest years of my life. And the reason that they were the best years is because they had so many wonderful, great opportunities to meet wonderful people. And
Talk about what your duties were there. What did you did at Fort Knox?
Huh?
Talk about what you did at Fort Knox.
Okay, at Fort Knox, I was the director of religious education for the Protestant and Catholic programs, which meant that I interacted with a lot of Protestant chaplains. They were very great to me, and I had an opportunity to travel a lot, which was really great, because every year we would go to a military training to a different big city. And, you know, I was a little country girl, and I was just amazed, you know, at this, the big cities and the opportunities and the speakers that we would have, you know, at those places. And then at the Religious Education Center, I would attend the chaplains' meetings that, you know, would tell what's going on all over post, and how we would have functions, and I would be in charge of the functions that we had. I had teacher training classes, and I had those every month, and the chaplain would sit in the back and critique me. So I had to work hard, you know, to make the post look good. You know, they say make your boss look good, and that's how you you keep your job, I guess. And what was nice is I had the opportunity to know and love different cultures, not only the African American culture, but also the Korean, the Spanish, the Philippines. They were from all over the world, the German people. I got to know a little of their culture, and it was so enriching to know somebody besides Kentuckians. And sometimes I would stand in awe when I was at Fort Knox. I thought, am I really in Kentucky? Because it was such a different world, a different culture. And then when I'd go to Louisville or Nelson County, I'd go back to the country. So it was a marvelous experience that I wouldn't take anything far. That has enriched my life so much.
What about your teaching missions? What were some of the ones that you were most memorable for?
Well, in my teaching career, I would say Blessed Mother. I was there 14 years, and I was there with Sister Mary Damon, who was a marvelous a principal, and she taught me things that I didn't know I was learning, that I used at Fort Knox. It was that I didn't realize I was learning at the time. You know, you learn not knowing you're learning sometimes.
Can you give an example of something that she taught you?
She taught me how to deal with parents. She taught me how to deal with children. She taught me precision. The little things, like even at a meeting, had the chairs at a certain way, you know, a certain angle or whatever it was. I mean, it was just a lot of little things. I don't know if I could say any really big thing. But she was a model. I think that's what you want to, you know, just like parents are models, teachers are models of children. And whatever the parent does or the teacher does, the child's going to do. Well, this is the way it was with her. I saw so many good things that she modeled at Blessed Mother. So, and I really enjoyed it there. I was there 14 years. You know, that's a big hunk of your life.
Yeah, was she one of the people, one of the sisters that were particularly close to, or?
Well, Sister Mary Damon, I was pretty close to her because she was a delightful person to live with and to model, you know. And then Sister Charlene was a music teacher at New Haven, and I admired her a lot. And Sister Johanna was here at the Mount when I was here, and she had been to New Haven, so I kind of leaned towards her, you know, a lot and talked to her a lot. And she was into literature, and she was the sister that in those early days we would go on a mission. That was it, you know. So she would give me a list of the classics to read, and that this opened vistas for me. And in the cold winter days, you know, we wouldn't have school. I would just read the classics, and that they were so enriching, you know, to my life then. So she was a great influence.
How did those relationships affect your life as a consecrated religious?
How did this affect my life? Well, I saw they modeled prayer life. They modeled their spiritual life of closeness to God, and they spoke to me about, you know, stay in the fight. Encouraged me on life's journey. I think that was what they did, you know, encouraged me, and that which I continued. That helped me, because you know everybody has big things in life, and then you ride the tide, and then you keep going. So that's how they affected me in my religious life.